Welcome back to Laura's Design Studio. If I have the scale out, you know what we're doing. That's right, we're doing Craftor's new casting powder. Now, I spoke with Craftor about if they had tried various types of colorant in the casting powder. They said they tried other stuff, such, because I mentioned alcohol ink or like your mica powders. They said that they didn't have a whole lot of luck with that. It was clumpy, blah, 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 blah. So, but they told me, hey, see if you can make it work. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to see if we can make some mica powders and some alcohol inks work with the Craftor casting powder. So, here's our scale. And we're gonna do it. We're gonna go milliliters here. And we are going to zero this out. So for 240 of powder, we need 80 water. So let's get our 240 in here of the powder. Because this is a 3-to-1. Too much. Too little. Okay. There we go. So, let's do that. Now we're going to zero this back out. And we need 80. Is my math correct? I think so. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, that's too much water. I got a little happy pouring that, so we're going to have to put about a little half scoop or so in here. Okay. I'll put the scale down there. And we're going to mix this up. There's some molds sitting over here. This powder mixes up super easy. Okay. What am I looking for? Stick. That's what I'm looking for. Not that one. That one has a bunch of attached resin to it. Okay. Let's start off with alcohol inks. So, and I'm not going to try and marble colors or anything like that today. We are just going to see if these will work in this. So there's some blue alcohol ink. Ooh, that's pretty. And I put a few more drops Then I'm gonna barely stir it. And I got blue all over me already because that one is leaking. Yep. I always have colored hands. It almost looks purple, but it's sapphire blue. All right. Let's take our first one and we are going to do this one because I've already done this one in a powder and it demolds easily. So and I can see it's looking a little like even the alcohol ink looks like it's a little clumpy. So not clumpy, but just I don't know how to explain it. But you can see that's not normally how alcohol ink works, but we're gonna try this. Today it's about seeing what we can use to color our gypsum casting powder by Craftor. Okay. We're gonna set that aside now. Oops. This mold's going out of shape a little bit, so what I'm gonna do is take a jar here. And jar here. And we're just going to, I'm just tapping it, seeing if we can get any bubbles up. Okay. Now, we have a little bit left. I don't think it's enough. We may have to mix up a little bit more just for this lid. I think we will, but what I will do is I'll set it over here, and before I pour the next one, we'll fill that one up. So. Okay. I'm just trying to get this mold to stay round. Because you're putting in something a lot heavier than what, you're putting in something more solid than resin, I guess is the way that I don't know if that's right or not, but yeah, something like that. So now that's alcohol ink. let's do the same thing. And we're gonna try some mica powder. And then the other one I am gonna try is the concrete powder, just to see if there's a difference between that and mica. So let's probably gonna mix up the rest I have, do as many pots as we can, because even if this doesn't work, like the color doesn't come out good, we can always paint it. And yes, I am going to order more of this casting powder. Okay. There's 240. I will be ordering it this coming Friday when I get paid. That's what I'm waiting on. And then yes, I'll be ordering more. I'll have to order it because I don't think they've not gonna do that yet. I don't think they've restocked Amazon. I will see if they did, but otherwise I'll be ordering it from their site and we'll see how fast shipping is. So here we go again, 80. Hopefully this time I don't overshoot it. $82, no, $83 now. That's as close as we're gonna get, so. All right, let's wipe this off. Okay. Back. I've just pulled them all out of there because okay. Just trying to make sure this stays, you know, round. I'm gonna mix this up. I'm gonna pour a little bit into that lid to finish that one off, and then I'm gonna do another VW Plus. I love this. I love the VW Plus. pop off this lid over here real quick. Okay, that looks good. Let's get on our bus. Okay. Okay. Now in this one, we're going to try some mica powder. So, here we go. This is the phthalo green. Okay, it had a lid. Don't spill it. Oh, there it is right there. Gee, many Christmas. Now, let's see if we can get this too. Put in a little more. We've got a nice minty green color here. Maybe just a little more. So yesterday I went and got my infusion finally. 4 hours in the chair. 2 weeks I have to go back for the next one. Now, I did not use, because I do still have a little bit of the Timu mica powders. I purposely did not use those because those aren't even, they're hard to get mixed in resin. So these I know I have a real easy time mixing into resin. So that's why I wanted to try this brand. So here we go. I just saw a clump. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is after these dry and they're nicely cured, I'll probably come back on and do one glaze a couple with you, and then I'll probably do the rest off camera, because tomorrow we are going to make candles for all these pots. So I want to get them all glazed and okay. That looks pretty good. And we'll do this one. Okay. I think we're down. We're just going to make up whatever's left in here. Let me get out the scale so we know at least approximately what it is. Yeah, there isn't much left in here. Hopefully it's enough to fill that little mold right there. Okay. So what do we have here? My brain needs to calculate. Okay. Let's see. Now, just for experimental sake, I am going to try this concrete powder. And yes, I'm going to pour it, but they're both kind of green, so we're going to try it. It may look two-toned. Well, it's going to look two-toned. How two-toned is a different story. That seems a little like my calculations were off, but we're gonna pour it. I don't think there's enough to fill it anyway, so. That may have to just sit and not be demolded. Now, I will tell you, this concrete powder right now, it's harder to mix in than that mica powder was. I'm getting a few, like, little clumpy areas. Yeah, this is much clumpier than that was. But that's what it looks like. Let's just pour whatever I have here on top. This little pot can always wait till I order more, and then we'll just fill it with whatever next. This was strictly just for experimenting and seeing if we could get these things to mix in. So, I'll be back in 30 minutes. And we'll see what we have. Welcome back. It's been about 30 minutes and let's see what we have. Obviously we're not demolding this one because it still needs more in it. So the next time I pour, I will definitely pour the rest of that one in. So we're going to demold these right here. Start off with the lid to this jar. And when you're doing anything with casting powder, you want something super easy to demold with, like this little round. It's thick, it's not. I tried doing the castle to this jar. And if you saw that video, you know how that turned out. I could not, the castle, it has too many small intricate parts to be done like this. So there's the lid to that one. Let's get this one out. Now this is the alcohol ink. Okay. So this is a fairly new mold and it is tight, but I did get it demolded the last time without problems, so we're just gonna have to work this to roll to be able to pull it up and over. Once you get one side over, you're pretty good. There we go. It's moving on me. Here. Okay. There we go. There we go. There is that little jar. Put this mold back. There we go. Now the bus is super easy. This is a candle mold. So these are super soft and I wish all demolds were this easy. And this was the mica powder. So it colored it. Nothing's coming off. It's light, but you knew that because the casting powder, this gypsum casting powder by Craftor is snow white. Snow white. So let me show you how I glaze these, or how I put, a sealant on it. I'm using the dragonfly glaze. That's what I've been using on them. So I've tried brushes. Brushes just leave brush strokes. I don't like it. We're not going to glaze the bottoms and everything because these Craftor's gypsum resin, 2 hours till fully cured. So these are still a little warm. We can do the tops as long as there's somewhere to let the moisture out. So I'll do the inside right now. And all I do is put some down in there, and then I don't even bother with the brush. I just do it with my hand, my fingers. That way you don't have to worry about brush strokes. I've tried all the different brushes. I didn't like it. So I just get your hands in there. And that way these can dry. And then tomorrow we can melt up some wax and put some candle. Make them into candles. Now you see when you put on the glaze, the color starts really coming out. Like I said, this is just the dragonfly, folk art dragonfly glaze. So there we go. And you can put a couple coats on it. I'm going to do the top here. Just around the side. And I'll do the same on the bust. So the only one that looks like it may have gotten clumpy is the concrete pigment. This just dried on top of there because there was some up there. But the concrete pigment looks a little more uneven, okay? The alcohol ink I don't think is bad at all. I mean, yeah, it's light, but you're working with a white product. And this mica powder, this was that phthalo green. It mixed in, and yes, it's got like, you know, marbly parts, but I mean, half the time I want the marble. Now, if I was going for a solid color, I'd probably go with the water-based, because that's what Craftor does not have their pigments out yet for sale. You do get 3, the blue, green, and yellow in the kit when you buy the casting powder. You do get that. You get those 3 colors. I haven't seen any other colors, so I'm assuming all the kits, I bought 2, and they both had the same colors in them. So I'm going to assume that that is the colors, but I fully expect them to bring out their water-based colors. But you, right now, use whatever water-based if you want that more even look. If you want a marbled look, you can easily use, now, I said I used these mica powders because they mix in really nice with resin. Yes, and they are in my description box. They are, because I've had I had some from Temu that wouldn't eat, they were terrible. They clumped all over the place. This is in my description box. I think they have a set of 24, 48, and 60, I think, if I remember correctly. I know the next time I purchase them, I'm going to buy their biggest set, because I tried these on a whim because I had gotten some from Temu, and I did not like the way they didn't brush on at all. They were horrible. And if you mixed it in the resin, you had to be very, very careful, because a lot of times they would clump. So this brand I really like, and they're inexpensive compared to some of the other ones. And that's why I said I was going to try it with this instead of the other ones. Because if they clump in resin, they're going to clump in this. Worse, you know. Gonna have to buy more dragonfly glaze. Well, I do have I have a clay varnish that I'm sure you could use. But I'm not going to seal the bottom until this has a chance to completely dry out. But I wanted you guys to see that your varnish, your glaze, you can even use the spray sealer, you know, on them. They bring out even more color than you thought you had. So there is the bus. And this stuff cleans off your hands real easy. Baby wipe, that's all you need. But okay, guys, I'm looking forward to tomorrow because we're going to set up a whole candle making thing going on here. And we're going to fill all of these pots that I've been making with the Craftor casting powder. And we're going to make candles out of them. And in case you're wondering, the Folk Art Dragonfly Glaze, this was the full spectrum color. So it really doesn't do much on, I mean, it's not like you're going to see all the colors, but it's nice because it just gives you a nice shine and brings out the color that's already on that pot. So that one I'll have to do the bottom. This one I'll have to do the bottom. There's... there. Make sure I had a little pool. But there you go. So you can use mica powders in it. And you can use alcohol inks in it. Neither one of those caused me a problem whatsoever. So I'll see you guys in the next one. In the meantime, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Do all the things. Hit the black bell for all notifications. Look down in the description box because I do have codes, discount codes. And one of the biggest ones is Craftor. Go to their website, 20% off everything. Talk to you soon.